All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to Let's Talk Sports with me, your host, Ronald Cleanscale here, as I go over events in WWE as well as the WNBA. So we could go ahead on and get right into that there. Now on WWE, Jade versus Oscar in the Queen of the Ring, and the winner of that matchup was Jade Cargill, as she was just too much for Oscar, but Oscar gave her a run for her money. So everybody sit down here and say, hey, we know Jade is strong. We know she got a lot of strength coming down, coming heavy, coming clean, but every wrestler holding their own in the women's division. But in that division there, Jade managed to come out with the victory of Queen of the Ring. And she is going for the women's championship as Tiffany defeated Nia Jax in the last woman stand. And of course, it was just too much Tiffy time for Nia, as Nia lost to Tiffy time, as Tiffany Stratton held her own in the last woman standing, and it was a serious and brutal matchup between these two women, because you know Nia Jax is going to come after Tiffany Stratton for the backstab betrayal and taking the belt as she cashed in Money in the Bank. So that's the same thing Miss Caution is going to do. She's going to try to interrupt the match, because now Jade goes for the Women's National Championship title versus Tiffany Stratton, and Miss Caution, yes, Naomi, is going to try to find ways to interrupt, cash in, and steal the title from Jade Cargill. Elsewhere, Rhea Ripley defeated Raquel Rodriguez in an all-out street fight match, and it was a brutal between those two sexy, dynamic, and dominant women as they went head on. And oh my gosh, just watching those women slap, body slam, pound, kick each other, drop kick each other off the table, because what gave Rhea Ripley the edge when she riptied Raquel Rodriguez off the ring rope, because she put the table on top and riptied her, and it was over. There was just too much power, too much energy, too much thump for Raquel Rodriguez. Elsewhere in the going on in WWE for the Women's Tag Team Championship, Roxanne Perez will team up with Raquel Rodriguez. It has been announced by the WWE management that Roxanne Perez will be teaming up with Raquel Rodriguez to defend the national WWE Tag Team Women's title in replace of Liv Morgan, who is sitting out with a shoulder injury. To Liv Morgan, go ahead on and get well soon, come back strong, and take your spot back in WWE. Elsewhere in the fatal four-way between these dynamic women, Parker, Izzy Dane, Lash Legend, and Jordan Grace, in a fatal four-way match where Jordan Grace defeated them all, and the Juggernaut say, "This is why I am the Juggernaut." She took three women and body slammed them off the top ring rope to the ground and pinned Jada Parker. Yes, Jada Parker was just spaceless, being kicked by Lash Legend being dominated by Jordan Grace, Izzy Dane being dominated by all three of them. It was just a severe matchup between four of the strongest women in the NXT right now. Is Parker, Dane, Legend, and Grace. And Grace moved on for the NXT Women's Championship title. So, I mean, the matchup is pretty much there for the WWE Women's Division, and you cannot go wrong with that at all. But on a good note there, it's interesting. And the men is just the men's. You got so much going on in the men's that I can't keep up with. But the women's, I can keep up with that there, because it is simple, it is easy. I understand who's go who. And in the men's and the women's, as you know, it is backstabbery. But for that, the women's is on and popping, and it is so much powerhouse in the women's right now that it's gonna be hard for me to keep up. The men already established that it is so much powerhouse from Roman Reigns, damn near everybody, Yeet. Oh my gosh, Cody Rhodes, etc. So you cannot really go wrong with that. So, and right now, you cannot go wrong with that. And right now, the division in the men and the women is just heating up, and there's just so much to cover. Now, switching over lanes in the WNBA. There was a game on July 1st. The Fever faces Lennox as the Fever beat Lennox 74-59. Your top performers was in Howard, had 16 points, 12 rebounds. On Minnesota side, you had A. Smith, had only 15 points, but it was not enough as the Fever walked away with the victory, dominating the Minnesota Lennox 74-59. And that's all we have in Let's Talk Sports. I will see you in the next segment. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.